G'day folks, I'm Graham Cale, and just up here is an absolutely cracking campsite. But as you can see, we've got a bit of a water crossing we've got to tackle first. Now, I understand crossings like this can be just a little bit daunting, but with a few tips, this right here will be a walk in the park. There's a few essential things you need to do before you cross water to ensure you're doing it safely. Before you even head out off-road, make sure your recovery gear is in the tray and ready to go. Step one is to assess the depth and the flow of the water and how soft the base is. The latest Isuzu D-Max has a maximum wading depth of up to 800 millimeters, which is one of the highest of all modern utes. But always let common sense prevail, and of course, if the road is flooded, forget it. Now look, unless you're in croc country, it really does make sense to get out and walk any unknown water crossing. You're looking to make sure that the base is nice and firm, it's not too deep, that there's no obstacles in here that you're going to hit, basically saying that it's okay to drive. And this one here, it's going to be fine. Stopping to walk the crossing also allows a few minutes for your diffs to cool down from driving. If you go into cold water with hot diffs, they can suck in water, which can cause damage later on. Now, water crossings are a common part of going off-road, but before you enter a water crossing, you'll need to turn off Autonomous Emergency Braking, or AEB, which is now standard on the latest models as part of Isuzu's Intelligent Driver Assistance System, or IDAS. The front cameras may see the water as an obstacle it needs to brake for, meaning it might pull you up right in the middle of the water crossing, which could let water in and cause serious damage to your vehicle. Now that AEB is turned off, all that's left to do is switch the D-Max to 4 low and get it done. Now, the trick to driving across water crossings like this is the right amount of momentum. You don't want to hit it with too much speed, but you want to build up your speed to about that 7 km/h range so that you get a nice bow wave in front. And by maintaining that 7 km/h, you're making sure that water is not going to come into the cab. Once you're on the other side, be sure to stop as soon as possible to let the water drain down out of your engine bay. Look at that, we're across, and one of the best campsites in this area is just up ahead. This is why we own a D-Max, so we can cross water like that, get further off-road, and get to crowd-free spots just like this one. Well, there you go, it really is as simple as that, but one final word of advice: no water crossing is worth risking your four-wheel drive or your family over. If it looks sketchy, give it a miss. Sometimes it's worth just waiting a little while. A couple of hours can make all the difference. Even back where we started, I tell you what, I can think of far worse places to be waiting for a while. But for now, I'm going to get to camp. It's also a good idea after a deep water crossing to visit your authorised Isuzu Ute dealer once you're back home. Let them give your D-Max a once-over and a clean bill of health, and you'll be sure to be taking your D-Max on many trips for years to come. For more off-road tips, check out the iVenture Club website at iventureclub.com.au.